Welcome back to Dunk's Code Traders Hub, and this is Dan here. I'm going to take you through today's analysis. Welcome actually from yesterday's success. I don't know if you guys made money or you missed on some of these entries, but I hope those who were on the session online live, you caught some of these trades. If you made some money, please, on any asset, please let us know in the comment section there, so that we can be able to congratulate you and we celebrate together. Otherwise, it's a Thursday. And as usual, how we do it, 10:30 a.m. East African time, we begin our session. So let's pray and head over to the daily routine. Father, we thank you for the day. Thank you for the morning. Thank you that we are here and giving us this opportunity. Thank you for yesterday's success. You really gave us a good success in yesterday's positions and trades that you granted unto us. We say thank you. So now, as we get into a new day, may you also do the same, even bigger and better than that you did yesterday. So we ask for good signals, good entry and exit points that we can easily manage and be able to become profitable. Say thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Right. So, Crash 500. Crash 500, it was still having a low momentum, and it took us out yesterday. I think I entered 2 times, taking me out, and like I've always told you, need always to apply small, tight stop losses, just like that. That's how that means I was never affected by any of these losses, because look at them. They are very short. This is on M15. If it was on H4, that would have been big, but this is M15, meaning they were not that much to cause me any harm. So, but this depends on how big your account is. So if you're trading, I don't advise anyone to trade crash and boom when you have an account below 50, 100. Yeah, I don't advise anyone. You can, if you have an account that is below 50 or there, you can start with volatilities and probably jump 100, but not jump 10. And even jump 10 you can, but jump 25 is a bit volatile and a heavy asset. So I wouldn't advise anyone to trade it on a small account. Small account like 20, 10, 30, you may make a big mess and you'll be on pressure. So, all right. So let's now get into this Crash 500 today. So, starting from yesterday, we are looking at coming to this level. That is a weekly. That is a daily potential support level right about there. That is a daily potential support. So if that's the case, wait a minute. Oh yes, we haven't gotten a retest. We haven't gotten a retest to test that level there. So if this is the case, and we have touched oversold right about there, then on a weekly we know we should be looking for sales, and they clearly are evident right about there, and price is below 10 MA on weekly. On daily price is also below 10 MA. We have a break of structure right here, right about there. That's where we have a break of structure. So so far where we are, we according to daily, it is oversold, but not yet to push for the retracement. So what do we do? According to H4, we've been looking for buys. I mean, ever since we got here. And that's why I told you guys never use indicators to get signals. You use indicators to confirm signals. So that was where we saw that signal of a buy on CCI, but you can see what happened later on. We saw a break of structure and then we continued right on. So right now on H4, first delete this is where I wanted that pullback, then continue to sell. The pullback came to, it didn't touch where I wanted, but it came to that, to almost the level that was evident right about there. And that's what happened right about there. And price came down again. And of course, on coming down, we saw what? We saw a break of structure. That is on H1, right about there. We saw a break of structure, meaning we are still selling this thing. You may see a signal buying on H4 or H1, but price action tells you different, that you are still selling because you have break of structure. You have break of structure on all time frames. Break of structure right about here. So there is nothing that you can do about that, only to follow price action and continue selling it. Now this was a break of structure, this was a retest, and according to M15, one should be entering a sell. Now this sell is supposed to be bringing us where? We know that we need to reach this level. So probably if you enter a sell right here, this is honest, just put your stop loss right about there. If it goes back, then it will take us out. But all we know is that price, we want it to come around that level. So let's look at our, yeah, it will be about a 1 to 3. 1 to 3, yeah, 1 to 3, risk to reward there. That's what we'll be aiming at. Now I missed this trade of that retracement. I wanted it, that retracement there, and then coming with a strong sell right about there. I missed it. So that means I can only follow now what I'm seeing on, as it gives me break of structure, wait for the retest when it is creating a lower high, and then come in with a sell until it reaches to that support daily level. And clearly we are now in profits without a doubt right there. We are now in profits just like that. Just I can now even bring my SL to break even and I'll be safe. That's how we trade this. Alright, so that has been Crash 500. Those who entered with me right there, congrats. Oh, right away, congrats there. So boom 1,000. Let's look at boom 1,000. So boom 1,000. Now, I want to remind you about yesterday's move before we can continue. So yesterday, I think we analyzed when we are here. I wanted the pullback, or price. We knew that it was going to come to this trend line. Those who attended yesterday's session, You remember why I put that trend line there. That was a support trend line, and we clearly see that it was a point of interest for us, and that's where we saw the reaction from. But the reaction was short-lived. It didn't reach the level that we thought it would reach, and using our fib right here, we can tell that it didn't even reach the premium to start selling. So that means this asset right here, it was a high momentum asset. It was a high momentum asset. So it had enough momentum to push for more sales according to the downtrend. So right about now we see a breakout. Of course, this happened, the same move that I wanted happened, but not to the level I wanted. So once I saw that, I came in with my sales. I came in with my sales from this very level. That's where I entered from, and you guys can of course tell the reason why I entered. That was a second candle, which was followed by, which was coming after that kind of, it was like a Maribuzu some sort right there, or call it engulfing, whichever you want to call it. But that is the reason why I entered on that second candle and sold right there. Why did I sell? Because this was on H1, yet this is on H4. So I knew that if I had this and price reacted around that level, then it was coming now for this other level right about here. It was coming for this other level. Oh, sorry. What am I saying? No, this is not the entry. The entry is right here. I entered late night. I entered late night, not here. I entered late night, not here. This time I was in a class. You see this, by this time when it did this, I was in class. That was 16, 15. Yeah, I was in class right about this time right here, so I couldn't make any entries by then, but I made entries later on during the night right about there. Let me see the reason why I entered. The reason why I entered, this was the morning analysis already, that I knew that I would take advantage of. This is yesterday's analysis to bring price all the way here. So once I saw that I had a breakout right there, and we were within the H4 structure right there, I made my entry, and now we are in profits. I'm in profits. I can actually even bring my SL right here to break even and just leave it right there. Yeah, just leave it right there. So that's how I entered that trade. So today, where we are, you may be having the chance to make an entry, and although where we are currently, some sort of a weak supply, it's becoming a weak support right there. It is some sort of a weak support right there. So now that I've put this here, there is a possibility of price coming back to that hobby right about there. There's a possibility of price doing that now that it came there, doing that and then continuing down. So there's a possibility. I'm saying there's a possibility because of how price normally moves. So there's a possibility of this happening. So now that I know that, I can still grab my stop loss. I can take my profit right here and then wait for that retracement. Let me take my profit right here, then I wait for a sale right about there, and here. Yeah, this is on H4. This is on H4. So we just wait for that kind of move. So let's understand on H1. First delete this. Yeah, this is H1. H1 is oversold right about there. H1 is oversold, meaning we may anticipate buys. Even M30 is oversold, and also M15 is oversold. So all these three lower time frames, they are confirming with this anticipation right here that I have on H4. Push there, come down below. They are confirming with it. So if I know that, then I can easily go to M30. Look at what I have there, the M15. See, do I have any kind of pattern that I can take advantage of? Let's look at this. Yeah, I do actually, I do. So that's what I see. If I go to M5, I'll be able to see it properly. And that clearly, one may say it's a pennant, but most of the times we know that when it does this, then it gives you a fake breakout, then later on comes into sales. So we know, because I've discussed that several times, telling you that that is manipulation, and we call that AMB accumulation, which that's what is happening right here. And then later on manipulation, later on continuing distribution following the previous trend. Right, so that's it. I'm not trading this right now where it is. I will wait for a bit more of action, either after the manipulation or to continue selling, because this right here is a pennant right here. This is a pennant. It's not even a rising wave, it's a pennant. So one may anticipate continuation of the previous trend, of which this will be the move right about here, the first TP right there. Of course, this will be the second TP right about there. That will be the second TP. So all we need now is to wait. H4, and you can see where we'll be coming back to. Becoming on a second profit, it will be bringing you right about there, which is like a support. It's like a support right here, right about there, just around that level there. It's like a support. In fact, you may draw this right on that as another move right there. That will be a kind of support level right about there. So we need to understand that, and that's how I'll be waiting to look into this trade. All right, boom 500. I'm talking a lot. We reduce on the talking and we move. Good morning, Levy. Good morning, Faith. Good morning, Rabina. Good morning, Desmond. Right, so boom 500. First minute right here. This has been a no-go for us for quite some time, almost because of what is happening. We clearly see it. We need this price to reach there so that we can look for a good entry for the sales That's what we need. But clearly it is not happening. It is the market, the momentum in the market is still very low. So according to H4, first delete these for now. I know that that's what we want. We know it, so I can delete them first. And also this, and even this, so that I get to see clearly on H4. So H4, we wanted the pullback. Is this pullback enough? Oh, it actually went. It actually went into the premium, touched the premium there a bit from there, from that very week. That may be enough. That may be enough. Let's look at daily. Daily, we're still looking for buys. I think that's what's happening there. So, before I can even continue, there's some other interesting thing right here. It didn't touch. It didn't touch. It didn't touch that order block. Wow. It did not touch that order block. Then we are going to look at sales a bit more. We will look at sales a bit more. So go to N15, look at what's happening right here. That is a high there. And okay, so was this enough to just come to that overall fair value gap? Let's see, this was a change of character right here, but then that level was already mitigated by this candle, so it came back to it. So if it came back to it, this is on what, an H1? This is an H1. That is a fair value gap right there. It's becoming a weak support level that we can consider. It's becoming a weak support level we can consider, but we know most of the times price doesn't rest until it comes back to that OB that pushed for that kind of buy momentum. So having seen that, but then this candle came back to it actually. So I think we are okay for the buy. I think we are okay for the buy. Only and only we have to wait for a confirmation for us to make this work. So that's where our trend lines come in now. That's where our trend lines come in now. So I'm having that there. Want to make sense of also this right about here. Want to make sense of that. This is a high, low, failed, then gave me a high there, a low here, high there. Here gave me a fake breakout right about there. So what do we call this? That's a pennant. That's a pennant. A pennant coming from, this is the previous trend, which is a buy, meaning we come into that OB right about there. We are coming to that OB right about there. So the breakout is going to push us to that level where we want to sell from, probably. But if it continues inside, then we'll be looking at this kind of buy move right about there. So now we know what to anticipate on H1 according to this asset. All right, we are trying to make sense of this and we have done so. Let's now move to V25. All right. Oh man, how many took this trade? This was a sniper entry yesterday. How many took that trade? Oh, welcome, Johan Liber from South Africa. Thank you for joining in. Okay, guys, I wanted to ask how many took this trade yesterday. This was, let me put history here. This was a sniper entry right here. I took it right on time, real trading, or when we were in yesterday's session. I moved out because I realized of that pullback right about here. So I was supposed to enter again when that pullback was done, and that was on this very H4, which was around what time? It was around morning. So whoever took this trade, congrats yesterday. That was a good one and a good kind of move, uninterrupted at all. It was not interrupted by, look at that, all the way to there. So let's now look at it in depth for how we can and see how we can make money off it today, because it's continuing up to where we said it will continue for the reasons I explained yesterday. So let's look at it. Remove history, remove that. Let's go back to H4, remove that. I mean daily, the momentum is still for the sales, but we know that we are not selling before we reach that level. That was yesterday's momentum. Why? Because of this move that brought us into consolidation right about there. That is the same exact move from about there. So you can say this. Some people also do this. Some people do this and they take their profits when price reaches here. So whichever you want, all I know is, let me first get to this. Okay. So first go to H4. Look at the previous OB. That is a previous OB right about there. That's where the sell momentum started from. So we may see that reach there. So that's what we're looking for. So for now, there is that. Maintain this one right about here and wait for this profit. So do I have an entry? Let's delete this. Do I have another entry? The entry was here when we did this retest. And now we are seeing a break, some sort of breakout structure on M15. M15 is reaching overbought. H1 is still moving. So all we need is this to be broken out, and then once it gives us something to work with, something like that, then we will anticipate a pullback back to where it has broken structure from. That's how we will be able to enter this asset right about there. So for now, it's a no-go because we don't have an entry. Remember, I want always to remind you that such levels, such OBs, order blocks, such order blocks are very important right here. This is an order block that pushed price all the way up there. That momentum right here for this momentum. So if we see a breakout right here, this level here and this are very important. These two levels are very important points of interest that we can anticipate price to come back to before it continues. So we need to just take note of that. So having said that, I can clearly, let's go to H1, and H1 may prove to actually have this, not really, that was taken out by this candle here. So this is the most likely one to come to this, to that level. So I can rule out this for now. I can first rule out this and then just work with this alone. So once I know that, I will just leave another scenario of price coming back to this OB and then later on getting us back to that level. So come there and do that. That will be another scenario. So you want to be, before you make your entries right here, when it gives you this pullback, you need to have a confirmation if it is reacting there and giving you an entry to continue buying, then you enter. But if the momentum is still strong for the sell, then it will be coming back right about that the level. Yeah. Alright, because you need to understand that this order block on H1 was a bit taken out right here. So that's why it may come for the one M15. If it fails, then it will come to that tip, the very tip of this one right about there. And clearly you can see they are almost on the same level. So it may come to the tip there and continue. You need to know all these things. Otherwise, I think that's it. If you guys, like I've always said, if you guys want to learn more about how I do this, there is always an opportunity every month for a class, an internship class. So you can enroll for one. There are online classes we teach online. So alright, so that is how I will be looking at making an entry on V25. We made that money yesterday. Congrats to those that did so. V75. Time is rushing. V75. So we made money yesterday also on V75. That's like this is almost like V25S, but this was a sell. And this was the reason why this move right here is what we were looking for right about here. Why? Because that was a rising wedge right about there. That is the reason why. So we are looking for that, and clearly you can see that the TP was hit properly, without a doubt, right about there. That is how precise this trade was. And immediately after hitting TP, you can see what came in. We consolidation a bit, and same thing happened. This thing, it's a pattern. Those who know how to use these patterns, you know how to make money. So first delete this. First delete all these arrows, even this. Remove history. By the way, the history, you can see where we started this trade from all the way there. Because this was a short consolidation, so it would, someone would have taken it as like a flag on another time frame. So, but anyways, that's not necessary. So I want to clean up my chart right there. All these have been used already, so we can delete them. Right, so now we have a fresh and clear chart. Go to H1, that move there, and now let's look at H4. I see a change of character on M15 right about there, because I'm seeing the high momentum of buys coming in. So I see a change of character right there, and I see a pullback to that OB after that change of character right there, and that's where we see the big momentum of buys coming. So we know we are now buying. So what do we do? For us to make our entry, we will just wait for pullback right here. pullback right about there. H1, yeah, we are still looking for buys. H1, H4, same thing. Oh yeah, H4 are sells according to CCI. So it means this move will come in to probably give us this kind of level there. So we just wait for that, and daily definitely we are oversold. Remember, we are looking for this move at a later stage, this very move right about here. That's what we'll be looking for. That's what we'll be looking for. So for anything that happens, we'll be waiting for such a move. So it will be coming just about there, seeing right about here. So that's what we'll be looking at in the longer time frame, in the time frame. So for now, go back to H4, H1, and yeah, H1 confirms with M15. So we will wait for M15 to work out. If it does work out according to the plan, then we will have an entry. So what you need to know is that now H1 is trying to pull and break out that level to give you a change of character on H1. So if that happens, you know that even in higher time frame like H1, you are now getting the confirmation of the buy to continue. So until then, it's just disturbing. Until then, we have no entry. So deleting this. Until then, we have no entry. Until we see this come back right about here, we will have no entry. So that's it on V75. Let's now hit to V50. 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 Let's look at V50. Did I make an entry? Yeah, I did. Took me 2 times with my tight stop losses right about there. This one here. So, but we knew that price was coming there according to how I told you. So I don't know why I was looking for this. Probably I was on my phone. I don't remember. But yeah, we knew that price was coming right here, even though it didn't touch it properly. But that's what the move was telling us. And this move was according to this, I believe, right about there. I believe. So here, we first understand this. First remove history. Oh yes, this move right here. This one right here. This one right here. So we were supposed to be getting it all the way down below, right about here. Right about there. So it means we still have a momentum to sell this thing all the way down below. All the way down below, right about here. We still have this momentum to sell it all the way here. So first delete this. So if you know that on H4, let's go to M15. I mean H1. See what is happening. This was a pullback to that break of structure right about there. Yes, H4 is confirming that back to the break of structure right there. This looked like as if it is a change of character. So if it is a change of character, that means price is coming back to that level right there. Right there. but then we want price to reach this level. So let's look at H1. First delete this and that. We don't have any change, we don't have any break of structure right here. This is not a kind of break of structure unit call, so that means we have a change of character up there. So the one I've just done on H4 may be valid. Go back to this OB right here. So now that tells us to wait. Remember, daily is oversold. H4, we were waiting for H4 to be oversold so that we can start to anticipate big buy moves. But it hasn't happened. But we have some good news about the change of character and also seeing that price is above our 10 MA. That gives us something. So all we want now is price to come and retest that level that we are looking at. Retest this very level, either H4 or H1. It's going to retest this level right about there. That's how we will be looking for buy entries. So for now, we can look at sales according to M15, and the sales will be highly confirmed when we have the breakout right about there. It is confirmed on CCI being oversold, overbought right there. But now this can also be confirmation. Let me look at this. Let's go to H1. Go to M30. Yeah, not yet. So I will just wait. If it continues, then I will make an entry right here. If it continues about that level and touches this level right there, then I can make that entry. But if it doesn't, then I will wait for the breakout right here and the retest right there. So that's how I'll be looking at entering this asset. So I'll leave this at M15, jump 25, jump 25. So jump 25, I think I did not enter. Yeah, I did enter this asset. I wanted it to reach that level, so I didn't make that entry, but I had told you that that was a move, so I can delete this now. Those who were with us yesterday, I told you this was a fake breakout. We were going to look for that move. So this move started, but we never saw the breakout, and that leaves me wondering if we are still actually in a fake breakout. So that's why I can choose to now bring in something like this, low high there, but then that is a low. That means that's a high right about there. That makes it also this a high. Now once we have that, we know the price, we want price to get into the buy because of the structure that we have, because of this structure. So a falling expanding wedge. So we can now look at, this was a breakout structure, but after that we saw that kind of move right about there, and that is another block right there. It is confirming to be a weak support right here. So that is another block, and this is a double bottom right here. It's still not pushing to break the previous low right here, so meaning we can now wait. We may see a triple bottom, or we may not. But all we want is to see price break that level. Once price breaks that level, then you know that you always do this. You always wait for the retest right about there. All these allows that you're seeing, they are, I can actually delete them, we will draw them later, but they are according to what we need. This is a resistance level on weekly, and we sort of broke it, but you can see that it is still holding up a bit. It's not that of a significant breakout, so we want to see a significant breakout right there. And we know this move right here will be the first TP, but then we will come in with another strong TP, which will be this very one. And this very one will be giving us a significant, significant breakout, just to bring us right about there. So that's it. This is the second TP, so now I can delete this and that. Delete. And that's it. Delete this. And that's it. That's how I will be looking to trade this asset. Of course, looking at M15, I wouldn't advise to go for this sell. I wouldn't advise. There's a possibility that it's going to react from that level right there, according to M15. Yeah, that's a big possibility right here. To react on that level and then come in with a buy. So we may not see a third low to give us a triple bottom, so we may not see it. So just be ready. Be ready for anything. Yeah, be ready for anything. Just have my buy limit right about there. Jump 10. This is our last asset, as usual. You know how we do this. So jump 10, finish with it and call it a day. Finish with this and call it a day. So jump 10. We made money a lot, actually. We made money a lot. So those who remember, I told you that we'd be looking for this move to bring us right about there. That was an order block, and I think it was an H4. No, it was a support level. I even have my line there. It was a break-off structure, breaker block there, right there. It was a breaker block level right there. So I told you that price will be anticipating price to go back there and then come strongly with a sell. So let's look at what happened actually. So first move was that buy there. I took my profits right here when it started to consolidate, but then it continued. So yesterday we were around this level. So when it reached that level, I made my entries right there. Sniper entry there. That was another sniper entry right there. I added another entry right there, and I took my profits right about there. I took my profits right about here. Of course, it came and hit TP, but I saw some. I had already made enough money, so I closed. I didn't wait for that TP to reach. So anyone who took this jump 10, congrats, you made enough money. I think you could have even made enough money for like a week, depending on your daily target. All right, so now what do we have? Let's check what we have here. So before it can leave us, actually, let's make use of our trend line right here. Perfect. Perfect. That is a flag without a doubt. So we know we are getting into something big. That is a flag. So first TP is this. First TP is that, and it is almost reaching. Second TP is this. Third TP is all the way down. So me, I normally go for the third TP and second, so I would actually look for that TP. So go back to M15. Let's look at how we can enter this trade. We have broken out, but now we are oversold according to M15. M30 is now oversold, but we are getting a break of structure right about here. So H1, let's wait for the break of structure. Once we have a break of structure, that means it will be coming about this level right here. Then we may see a pullback. Those who can enter and put the stop loss above there, you can, but it's likely to go all the way here and then give us a pullback to mitigate this fair value gap, or to come to the breaker block where price is breaking this structure from right here. So that's what I'll be looking at. First, delete this, delete that. So we know the price will be looking at something like that. So this is just to give us a pullback, and we make our entries right about there. So we wait for this, and then I'll be looking for that kind of profit. I think this is according to H4. Let's look at H4. It's according to H1. According to H1, anyways, I'll see. We have it right there. So that's how I'll be looking to trade this asset. Yeah. A pullback there, M15. Pullback there, M15. Yeah. So we missed an entry, by the way. We missed a perfect entry right about there. Actually, it would have been just on that candle right there. Push when price went below the 10 MA. That's how we would have entered on these sell candles right there. That's how we would have entered. But of course, if we had already seen this, that is a flag, then we would have even entered from there. Perfect entry right there. That was a sniper entry to grab right there. So that's it for today. Now we wait for these entries to manifest so that we can take advantage of these trades. So delete all these, they are no longer necessary. That there, delete. This may still be necessary. This here, probably these are the ones that are not necessary. And now this is very necessary right about here. It's not yet mitigated. Alright, so thank you guys for coming in. Let's now do the recap, and we call it a day. Let's call it a day. A recap. So we started with Crash 500. And we were in a sell that gave us that money, but it is now looking at taking it, and I think we can move out before we make any losses. Yeah, that was a sell there, and now the buy is a bit confirmed according to according to CCR and M15, according to CCR and M15 right there, that I need to confirm with it, confirm it on H1. Yeah, that is a W there. That is a W. That is a confirmed W. So it means price is coming all the way to give us the second, the right leg right there, right arm right there. So that may give us that better hand. Yeah, that is a W right there. Do we make entry? We can, we cannot. I can't enter this. I can't enter that. I need another pullback. I need another pullback. Since I'm going to be buying, I need another pullback. So I will just delete that and leave it where it is. I'll leave it where it is. It's going to give us it. This may be just a pullback back to this point where we saw the break of structure, then later on coming with a sell. Continue with a sell. Remember, we are saying sales are coming all the way down below. You don't want to be caught off guard when you're going against the general trend. General trend is a sell, so don't be caught off guard. Don't be caught off guard. You rather wait than making a mistake that you will regret. Yeah. So let me leave that alone. I'll just leave it because I know I may get sales from this very point to bring me all the way down. So let me even put my stop, my sell limit right about that level right there. Yeah. Boom 1000. I closed my sales that I was in, so I'm looking at price going all the way up there, and then I enter my sales again. So that is according to H. That is according to H1, and this is M15, and right here this is M15. You keep updating you have to keep updating the analysis so that you're not caught off guard. So that's what I'll be looking at. If this happens, then I will enter there. But there is a possibility of this, because we all know that this is what? This is a pennant right there. That is a formation of a pennant. We will continue with the trend, and that's where we'll be anticipating right there. But are we going to continue before we retrace? We will see about that. Boom 500. The breakout has happened and it is coming there. Like I told you, it is coming there. But I can't enter such a market which has a low momentum. V25, I'm waiting for the breakout, then the entry. So whatever happens, that's what we'll be looking at. V75, the pullback is on, and remember we are waiting to make our entries right here. So just delete this, change that and do this, and then make your buy right here and right there and right there. V50, pull back there and then come in with a sell. So if that happens, I will put my limit right here, my limit order right there, and just keep waiting. That then come in with a sell. Remember, the general trend is a buy. We are looking for just a retracement according to H1 and H4 is still selling, but we can clearly see that price has gone above our 10 MA, which gives us a clear signal that the buy momentum is on, and The other reason is we had a change of character right about there, so you need to know that. So that's what I'll be looking at. Let me leave this at M15. Jump 25. Oh man, it has not touched my level to activate my buy limit. Let me just give it a bit more minutes and see if it will activate my buy limit. If it does, luckily. If it does not, then I will wait for another entry, probably on a M5 or M1 to confirm the entry. And M1 is a bit confirming it because this is like a double bottom right here on M5 and M1. So wait a minute. Let's come back to that very level right there. It can give me an entry. So enter there. Enter from there. You're going to put your stop loss right down below. And then I will wait for this. If it comes again down, then it would activate also this. The reason I've entered this is because I'm seeing this on M5. That's the reason. It will be more confirmed when it breaks that level right there, which will be a change of character on M5. That's the reason I've entered right here. But more confirmation will be to wait for the change of character on M5 right about there. Alright, so that is jump 25. Jump 10. Wait for a pullback right here and then come in with a sell. That's it, guys. I hope you've had a good time with me. I did have a good time because of the market today. It's not yet where we want it, but yeah, we can squeeze in and milk it a bit. And that's what we'll be doing today. And clearly, that's what you've seen me do. So let me wish you guys a good day. Remember that you can learn how to analyze like me with the March mentorship program, and the details are on your screen. And those who are not connected to the WhatsApp channel, please, you can go down into the description of this very live stream and pick the link of WhatsApp channel, so that you don't miss out the updates and the signals that I normally share on that very channel. The rest of the day, I will see. I have a class, so whenever I have classes, I don't normally do the follow-up of most of the markets, but when I do, I'll be sharing, of course, in the group when there is a good entry point or a good signal that comes up. I'll be sharing in that WhatsApp channel. Otherwise, let me wish you guys a good day. Today is a Friday, and I told you that when we clock to 100 episodes, I'll be doing almost 8 hours of live analysis. We'll be live for almost about 8 hours when we are trading together. Let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30 East African time to 11:30 a.m. East African time. Happy trading, guys.